Hello fans! Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we will learn about the explosive developments unfolding in Port Charles this Friday, July 18, 2025. As multiple storylines reach their boiling points and beloved characters face life-altering decisions that will reshape their futures forever. The spotlight intensifies dramatically on Nina Reeves as she finds herself trapped in a web of deceit that threatens to unravel everything she holds dear. The consequences of her clandestine encounter with Drew Quartermaine are finally catching up to her in ways she never anticipated. What makes this situation particularly volatile is the intricate timing of events. Nina's passionate liaison with Drew occurred in that crucial window before Drew and Willow Spencer found their way to each other romantically. However, the truly explosive element lies in Nina's decision to remain silent about this encounter once Drew and Willow's relationship blossomed into something meaningful. This deliberate omission has created a ticking time bomb that threatens to destroy not only her relationship with her daughter but also the fragile peace she's managed to maintain in her complicated world. Tracy Quartermaine's manipulative masterstroke this week has added another layer of complexity to an already precarious situation. With surgical precision, Tracy extracted this devastating secret from her arsenal of information, wielding it like a weapon in her calculated attempt to drive a wedge between Nina and Sonny Corinthos. The veteran schemer's strategy was as brilliant as it was ruthless. She understood that revealing this particular truth would create maximum chaos and potentially serve her own mysterious agenda. According to reliable sources close to the production, Friday's episode will showcase Nina grappling with the full weight of her actions and the impossible choices that lie ahead. The implications of Nina's predicament extend far beyond personal embarrassment or relationship drama. She now faces a crossroads where every path leads to potential devastation. If she chooses to play along with Tracy's dangerous game, she risks becoming a pawn in a larger scheme that could ultimately destroy the people she loves most. Alternatively, if she rebels against Tracy's manipulation and refuses to cooperate, she may find herself facing even more severe consequences, as Tracy could expose her secrets anyway. Perhaps most intriguingly, Nina might finally summon the courage to take control of her own narrative by revealing the truth herself, accepting whatever consequences may follow in the name of honesty and redemption. The situation becomes even more complex when considering the possibility that Nina's impending reckoning might not solely revolve around her intimate encounter with Drew. Sources suggest that her involvement in the drugging incident that led to Drew's erratic behavior during that infamous night at the Savoy with Jacinda could be the real catalyst for the chaos about to unfold. This revelation would add criminal implications to what was previously just a moral dilemma, potentially exposing Nina to legal consequences that could destroy her life completely. Drew Quartermaine's transformation from victim to vengeful strategist represents one of the most compelling character arcs currently playing out on screen. His mind is consumed with two primary objectives that have become intertwined in his quest for justice and redemption. The first is his burning desire for payback against those who have wronged him and manipulated the circumstances of his life. The second is his unwavering determination to position himself as Willow's protector and savior, a role that has become central to his identity and purpose. This dual motivation has created a formidable adversary who will stop at nothing to achieve his goals. Drew's hit list reads like a who's who of Port Charles power players, each having played a role in the conspiracy that has shaped recent events. Michael Corinthos finds himself squarely in Drew's crosshairs, facing the wrath of a man who believes Michael has failed to protect and appreciate the woman Drew loves. Nina's inclusion on this list is particularly personal, given their shared history and the betrayal Drew feels at her hands. Portia Robinson and Curtis Ashford have also earned spots on Drew's revenge roster, their involvement in recent schemes having painted them as obstacles to be eliminated. Drew's methodical approach to dismantling his enemies while simultaneously working to reunite Willow with her children, Amelia and Wiley, demonstrates a level of strategic thinking that makes him incredibly dangerous. The fractured relationship between Dante Falconeri and Lulu Spencer continues to deteriorate as they struggle to find common ground in their post-coma reality. Their latest confrontation promises to be particularly explosive, touching on sensitive issues that have been simmering beneath the surface since Lulu's awakening. The couple's inability to align their perspectives on crucial matters has created a chasm that grows wider with each passing day, threatening to permanently damage their once solid foundation. The heart of their conflict appears to center around their son Rocco and the traumatic way he discovered the truth about Britt Westburn being his biological mother. This revelation has sent shockwaves through the family, forcing everyone to confront uncomfortable truths about deception and the lengths people will go to protect those they love. Dante's measured response to Brooklyn Quartermain's role in this revelation has created additional tension, as Lulu perceives his forgiveness as a betrayal of her own feelings and position in the matter. Lulu's frustration with Dante's apparent sympathy for Brooklyn while failing to show the same understanding for her own struggles has created a powder keg situation. Her perception that Dante is more willing to forgive others than to support her through her own challenges has intensified her feelings of isolation and abandonment. This dynamic promises to explode in their upcoming confrontation, potentially causing irreparable damage to their relationship and their family's stability. Sonny Corinthos finds himself facing an impossible request that will test his priorities and force him to choose between his family obligations and his protective instincts. The nature of this sacrifice remains shrouded in mystery, but sources suggest it will have far-reaching implications for multiple storylines currently unfolding in Port Charles. The timing of this request couldn't be more challenging, as Sonny is already dealing with numerous threats and complications in his personal and professional life. Tracy Quartermain's potential involvement in pressuring Sonny to distance himself from his grandson Joe adds another layer of intrigue to this developing storyline. Tracy's determination to shield Joe from the dangers inherent in Sonny's world reflects her understanding of the violent consequences that often befall those connected to the Corinthos organization. Her mission to prevent Joe from becoming another casualty in Sonny's ongoing wars demonstrates both her protective instincts and her willingness to manipulate even the most powerful figures in Port Charles to achieve her goals. Anna Devane's investigative instincts are once again proving invaluable as she closes in on a crucial revelation that could change everything. Her ability to hit the nail on the head suggests that her suspicions about either Professor Dalton or the mysterious Vaughn are about to be confirmed in dramatic fashion. Anna's years of experience and intelligence work have honed her ability to detect deception and uncover hidden truths, making her observations particularly significant in the current climate of secrets and lies. The focus of Anna's attention could be shifting toward Professor Dalton, whose mysterious activities have been raising red flags throughout Port Charles. Alternatively, her suspicions about Vaughn's seemingly perfect facade might be reaching a critical point. Anna's intuition about Vaughn's true nature has been building steadily, as his impossibly clean record and flawless presentation have triggered her well-developed instincts for detecting spies and undercover operatives. His connection to the investigation and his growing relationship with Joss Jacks add urgency to Anna's concerns about his true motives and agenda. The potential implications for Joss's safety add another dimension to Anna's investigation, as her protective instincts extend beyond her immediate family to include the young woman who has become entangled in this dangerous web. The question of whether Anna's focus will expand to include Emma Scorpio Drake's safety reflects the complex web of relationships and loyalties that define Port Charles society. Joss Jacks's decision to spring into action represents a pivotal moment in her character development as she transitions from observer to active participant in the unfolding drama. Her investigation into Professor Dalton's activities has been building momentum, and Friday's episode promises to deliver the breakthrough she's been working toward. The dangerous nature of her mission to infiltrate Dalton's laboratory facilities demonstrates both her courage and her determination to uncover the truth, regardless of the personal risks involved. Next, we will learn about the explosive romantic developments that could forever change the landscape of Port Charles as Jason Morgan stands on the precipice of discovering a love that many believed was lost forever, setting the stage for one of the most anticipated reunions in recent soap opera history. The prospect of Jason Morgan finally discovering his ultimate romantic destiny has sent shockwaves through the General Hospital fan community, as recent spoilers indicate that the stoic enforcer may be about to encounter the one woman who could complete his emotional journey. During the pivotal week of July 14th to 18th, Jason's world will be turned upside down when he comes face to face with Dr. Britt Westburn at what appears to be a chance encounter at Port Charles International Airport. This unexpected meeting promises to ignite emotions that have been dormant for far too long, potentially rekindling a passionate connection that transcended the boundaries of their complicated past. The significance of this potential reunion cannot be overstated, particularly given Jason's romantic drought since his dramatic return to Port Charles over a year ago. Despite being universally acknowledged as the most eligible bachelor in the entire city, Jason has maintained a steadfast commitment to his single status, seemingly immune to the countless advances from Port Charles' most desirable women. His unique combination of rugged handsomeness, dangerous mystique, and unexpected moral compass has created an irresistible package that has left women throughout the city vying for his attention. Yet none have managed to capture his heart or break through his emotional barriers. The complex psychology behind Jason's romantic isolation becomes even more fascinating when examining his broader appeal within Port Charles society. While his career as Sonny Corinthos' right-hand man may not win him any humanitarian awards, there's an undeniable magnetism to his bad boy persona that's tempered by glimpses of genuine compassion and unwavering loyalty. This carefully balanced contradiction has made him the subject of countless fantasies and romantic pursuits, yet Jason has remained remarkably detached from these overtures, suggesting that his heart has been reserved for someone truly special. The tragic conclusion of Jason's legendary romance with Sam McCall serves as a painful reminder of how love can be both transcendent and heartbreaking in equal measure. When Jason returned to Port Charles with hopes of rekindling their epic love story, he was devastated to discover that Sam had already moved on emotionally, having fallen deeply in love with Dante Falconeri during Jason's absence. The Jason phenomenon had captivated audiences for years, representing one of General Hospital's most beloved super couples, and their passionate connection had weathered countless storms and obstacles throughout their tumultuous relationship. The cruel twist of fate that saw Sam's tragic death in late October 2024 not only shattered any remaining hopes for a Jason reunion, but also left Jason grappling with profound grief and regret over lost opportunities. Sam's passing created a void in Jason's life that seemed impossible to fill, as her death represented the permanent closure of a chapter that had defined much of his emotional existence. The timing of her death was particularly cruel, as it occurred just as Jason was beginning to accept that their romantic journey had reached its natural conclusion, leaving him to process both the loss of his former love and the weight of unfinished business between them. The writing team's subsequent attempts to craft compelling romantic storylines for Jason have been met with varying degrees of success and controversy, highlighting the challenge of finding a suitable partner for such an iconic character. The ill-fated romantic chemistry test between Jason and Anna Devane created an immediate backlash from viewers who felt deeply uncomfortable with the pairing, primarily due to Anna's complicated history with Jason's past and her role as Robin Scorpio Drake's mother. The awkwardness of their kiss resonated negatively with longtime fans who remembered Jason's significant relationship with Robin, making Anna's romantic pursuit feel inappropriate and misguided. This misstep demonstrated the delicate balance required when crafting romantic storylines for established characters, as the writers discovered that certain pairings simply cannot overcome the weight of history and familial connections. Anna's position as Robin's mother created an insurmountable barrier that made their potential romance feel more like a betrayal than a natural progression, forcing the writers to quickly abandon this storyline in favor of more organic romantic possibilities. The brief consideration of a romantic connection between Jason and Sasha Corbin represented another failed attempt to find Jason's perfect match. Though this pairing never gained significant traction among viewers or within the show's narrative structure, Sasha's own complicated romantic history and her ongoing struggles with personal demons made her an unlikely candidate for Jason's affections, while their lack of meaningful shared history prevented any genuine sparks from developing between them. However, the mention of Dr. Britt Westburn's name in connection with Jason's romantic future immediately ignites a completely different level of excitement and anticipation among General Hospital enthusiasts. The extraordinary chemistry between Jason and Britt during their previous interactions had been nothing short of electric, creating a connection that many fans believed rivaled even his legendary bond with Sam McCall. Their relationship had possessed a unique intensity that combined passion, understanding, and mutual respect in ways that seemed almost effortless, suggesting that their connection transcended typical romantic boundaries. The tragic circumstances surrounding Britt's apparent death in early 2023 had devastated fans who recognized the untapped potential of their relationship. Her brutal murder at the hands of the Hook Killer, later revealed to be the deranged Heather Weber, had cut short what many believed could have been Jason's most fulfilling romantic partnership. Britt's death was particularly cruel because it occurred just as their relationship was beginning to deepen, leaving countless storylines unexplored and emotional connections unfulfilled. The profound impact of Britt's loss on both Jason and the viewing audience cannot be understated, as her death represented the destruction of a relationship that had shown tremendous promise for growth and development. The kind-hearted doctor had brought out sides of Jason's personality that few had ever witnessed, while her own complicated past and family connections had created rich storytelling opportunities that were never fully realized. Their shared understanding of living with dangerous family legacies had created a unique bond that allowed them to support each other through their respective struggles. The announcement of Kelly Thibault's return to the General Hospital canvas during the week of July 14th to 18th has sent shockwaves through the fan community, particularly given the mysterious circumstances surrounding her character's potential resurrection. The preview footage showing Jason at the airport, his face a mixture of confusion and overwhelming emotion as he spots someone who appears to be Britt walking past, has created unprecedented speculation about the nature of her return and the mechanisms that might explain her survival. The expression captured on Jason's face in these crucial moments tells a story of its own, revealing the depth of his feelings for Britt and the profound impact her apparent death had on his emotional well-being. His visible shock and emotional vulnerability in this moment suggest that Britt's loss had affected him far more deeply than he had previously allowed himself to acknowledge, making her potential return all the more significant for his character development. The various theories surrounding Britt's possible return have created intense speculation within the fan community, with possibilities ranging from amnesia-induced disappearance to deliberate self-imposed exile from Port Charles. The idea that Britt might have survived her attack but suffered memory loss that prevented her from returning to her previous life adds layers of complexity to her potential reunion with Jason. Alternatively, the possibility that she deliberately chose to distance herself from Port Charles for reasons connected to her family's dangerous legacy or her own personal struggles creates equally compelling storytelling opportunities. The recent storyline developments involving Brooklyn Quartermain Chase's investigation into Britt's role in Rocco Falcone's birth have added another dimension to the speculation surrounding her return. These narrative threads suggest that Britt's past actions and connections to current Port Charles residents may play a crucial role in explaining her absence and setting up her dramatic return to the canvas. The simultaneous announcement of Dr. Liesl Obrich's return to the series has further fueled speculation about Britt's comeback, as the timing seems too coincidental to be mere chance. Liesl's connection to Britt as her mother figure and the complex family dynamics surrounding the Westbourne legacy suggest that these two returns may be intricately connected, possibly involving elaborate schemes or hidden truths that have been carefully orchestrated behind the scenes. The potential for Jason and Britt's reunion represents more than just romantic wish fulfillment. It symbolizes the possibility of second chances and the power of true love to transcend even the most tragic circumstances. Their connection had always possessed a quality that seemed to exist outside the normal boundaries of Port Charles relationships, suggesting that their bond might be strong enough to survive whatever obstacles have kept them apart.